Well, hello. This is yours truly, Charles Prosper, with another installment of the video series, Success Through Consistency. And if you don't know who I am, again, again, my name is Charles Prosper, and I help you to achieve all of your important goals through the magic and the power of consistency. Now, today's subject is on something that a lot of people are not aware of. A lot of people say, oh, would you want to be a millionaire? So, oh, yes. Would you want to have just all the money that you could possibly imagine? And people will immediately say yes, but that's not the case. Most people are afraid of money, and it could be you, even though you claim that you want more. I am going to put you through a test today to see if that is the case. And I have something that will absolutely positively show you if you are afraid of money, and if money came into your life, would you get rid of it as quickly as you can? It is a subject called the money comfort level. And the question is, do you know what your money comfort level is? I'm going to talk about this concept, and I'm going to give you some examples of it, and then you can examine yourself to see if you have a money comfort level that will accommodate wealth and lots of success. Now, before I actually get into the subject matter of today, I want to let everybody know, as I usually do, if you haven't been here before, you usually know that let me find it right here, that I never want you to leave empty-handed. I have a best-selling book on Amazon, which is Why Consistency is the Key to All Success, and How to Be Consistent to Achieve Any Goal. Okay? This, absolutely excellent. You can pick it up on Amazon, pick it up from Amazon for about $20. However, you can get it here right now for free by just looking at the link below. If you happen to be on YouTube, or if you happen to be on my Facebook group, you can see links close to this particular video, usually below, that will allow you to download this book in a PDF. Absolutely excellent. I usually say that because I am biased, I wrote it, and I know what's in it. Aside from that, I have another gift for you, which is an audio on how to master consistency that I did about 4 or 5 years ago. Absolutely excellent, 30 minutes. Also, you can see this in the downloadable links if you happen to be on YouTube, or if you happen to be on my Facebook group, you can also see that as well. Since I've mentioned on a couple times during this particular video about my Facebook, what is wrong? Facebook group. That this is what you want to get. It is Success Through Consistency. Go to Facebook, type that in, join the group. It becomes a place where you will be encouraged to remain consistent to achieve your most important goals, because in this group we help each other. We become accountability partners that allow each other the support to make sure that we stay on track, to stay consistent, to achieve those important goals. Now, on with the subject of today. What is your money comfort level? Everybody has a money comfort level. And it's mostly unconscious. And unless you realize that you have a money comfort level, you will not be able to handle large sums of money when they come into you. Let me give you some examples of people who are not aware that they don't have a high enough money comfort level to accommodate wealth and riches. Statistically speaking, the person who wins the lottery, let's say $20 million, $30 million, and becomes wealthy, overnight. If formerly they were struggling and they were poor even, getting this much money suddenly overnight would just throw that person upside down. They would just be in a tizzy. They would be they would have a money shock. They wouldn't know how to think, how they couldn't sleep at night. They would be besieged with all types of thoughts. Oh my God, all of this money. Do I deserve this money? Should I give some of it away? Will my friends still be my friends because I have so much more than them? Should I even keep the same friends? Should I change friends? Will God love me still if I have this much money? Can I still be a good person if I have all of this money? What should I do now? I know maybe I should take a lot of trips and see the world and there's a lot of people who have much less than me. I think maybe I should help a lot of people who are much poorer than I. And then the person who has no plan as to how to handle this money will usually engage in what they consider themselves deserved self-indulgent excesses. And usually people who are not prepared to handle large sums of money will self-indulge themselves. They will maybe eat too much, drink too much, have too much sex, gamble too much, travel too much, buy too many expensive gifts. And statistics has proven that usually the average person, quote unquote, who wins the lottery of huge sums of money, $20 or $30, look it up on the internet if you think I'm kidding, usually will be back into their same pre-lottery winning state within about 6 to 7 years. They'll be back to where they were before because they were not mentally equipped. They were not psychologically equipped, ready, willing, and able, and relaxed to handle these large sums of money. Let me give you another example of a money comfort level, how people have money comfort levels and they're not even aware of it. When I first came to Los Angeles, and I was maybe about 25 years old, I was looking for an apartment in this like little seedy area of Hollywood. And I remember going into this room to look at this particular one-bedroom apartment with the manager, and we hear this noise coming from the floor. And then I look over the bed and I see this young man curled up in like a fetal position on the floor sleeping. And I turn and look at the manager and I said, "What's this? Is this part of the apartment?" And he says, and then he walks over to the guy, kicks him and wakes him up. "What are you doing here?" And the guy is in all shock and he's going, "Oh, please, don't put me in jail. Don't arrest me." He says, "How did you get in here?" And he says, "Through that window. Get up and get out of here." So the guy just grabbed his cap, shaking, got up and just scurried out of the door. And then the manager looked at me and he says, "Shall I show you another apartment?" I said, "No, thank you." This is my point. This guy climbed in through the window to find a place to sleep. Now, when we walked into that room, he was on the floor sleeping, yet right next to him was a fully made, clean, neat, comfortable bed that he could have slept in all night long. Nobody was in the room but him. Why is it that he chose to sleep on the floor when he could have easily got up and slept in that clean, luxurious, comfortable bed? Because he did not have a money comfort level, a prosperity comfort level, if you wish, that made him feel worthy to have that, even though he was alone and by himself. That's an example. You take that same person that we found sleeping on that floor who didn't feel worthy, who didn't have a money comfort level, and dress him up, bring him to a fine restaurant around lots of ritzy people, and even though he may be dressed like everyone else, he doesn't feel like everyone else. And he'll look at the menu and be too ashamed to ask for the most expensive items on the menu, even though somebody else is handling the bill. He'll immediately look for the chicken because then he knows that that'll probably be the cheapest on the menu. So this is the type of reaction that a person has when they don't have a money comfort level. You have to get used to more and more money in order to be able to sustain it and not feel comfortable, not feel uncomfortable and want to quickly get rid of it. I'll give you a test. You don't think that you have a money comfort level? I'm going to prove to you right now that you do. I have a friend of mine. Well, this is a long time ago. Her name is Lisa. And I remember when I was working with her as a social worker, I told her that I usually like to have a $100 bill folded up into my wallet because it gives me a feeling, a sense of prosperity. And she turned around and looked at me and said, $100? If I had $100 in my purse, I'd spend it. This was a person who had a money comfort level of less than $100 at any one time in their pocket, because if she had $100 or more just sitting in there, this would make her feel nervous and uncomfortable. Her idea is that if you have money, it must be spent. And $100 sitting in your wallet or your purse has to be spent. That was her money comfort level. Her money comfort level was up to $100, and then she had to get rid of it. I want to ask you something. Have you ever decided to save up money? There's a lot of people who are like this, and you say, well, I'm going to save up a certain amount of money. I'm going to save up maybe $1,000, $2,000. And you get on a roll, you start saving it. And as soon as you hit a certain amount, maybe $400 or $500, quote unquote, an emergency happens, and suddenly you feel that you have to use that money. Oh, well, I'm going to take a little bit out and I'm going to put it back in. But the minute you take it out, you can't replace it because it's not the same money. And then you open up your awareness that you're uncomfortable with this certain amount, and you say, oh, what the hell, I just take a little bit more. Then pretty sooner or later, all the money is gone, and then you have to start all over again. I know a lot of people who tell me, say, when I get to a certain amount of money, something happens, and then I just start to spend it after I've saved it. What about you? What's the most money you've ever saved without having to go and touch it and spend it on a certain, quote unquote, sudden emergency? Whatever that amount is, that is your money comfort level. Just think about it. Think about all the times you've decided to save up a certain amount of money, but when you hit a certain amount, something happens where you feel that you have to dip into that money, or an emergency happens, you have to use it, and then suddenly the money is gone again. That is your money comfort level. Now take a millionaire, a multimillionaire who's used to having money. 1,000, 200, 1,000, or even 100,000 may seem pocket change to them, and they don't have any reason to feel that they need to get rid of it. Their money comfort level is higher. So what I'm trying to tell you is that you have to grow into higher and higher money comfort levels. You need to be able to wear, so to speak, larger sums of money until you feel comfortable with it. And then you can move on to the next level. You've got to get to the point where having $1,000 in the bank, having $2,000, having $3,000, or $4,000, $5,000 is not a big thing, and you feel comfortable in having it and not touching it. That becomes your money comfort level. And as you learn to make more and to hold it and to manage it, then your money comfort level increases, and you can grow and grow and grow into more prosperity. So prosperity is something that you grow into. It's not something that just happens to you. So work on being more comfortable with higher levels of money, and you will increase your money comfort level. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any comments, please leave them below. And there it is. Thumbs up. Hit the subscribe and like button, and leave me a question. If you leave me a good question, I'll make a video. We'll see you again next time. Thanks.